In this lecture, we will discuss the mode of action or the mechanism of the loop diuretics, which are also known as high ceiling diuretics. Now, previously we have discussed that there are 4 drugs which are in this category, which are bumetanide, furosemide, torsemide, and the ethacrenic acid. Now, definitely the mode of action of all these 4 drugs will be same. So, the mechanism is that, as we already know, the loop diuretics are the diuretics which will act on the ascending limb of the loop of Henle. At this site, what they will do, they will actually inhibit the co-transporter, that is sodium, potassium, and chloride transporter. But these transporters, what will happen after the inhibition of this transporter at the ascending loop of Henle? Basically, your diuretics will inhibit this co-transporter. As a result, there will be decreased absorption of all of these ions at this ascending loop of the Henle. So in this way, it will help in reducing the blood pressure. It will help in reducing the osmotic pressure by decreasing the reabsorption of the water. Basically, this process is happening at the renal medulla of the kidney. So you may say that these are the diuretics that will produce their highest or the maximum effect. Why? Because we know that loop of Henle is the site where there is the maximum reabsorption of the sodium chloride, that is 25% to 35%. So if your drug is inhibiting the co-transporter at this loop of Henle where there was the maximum reabsorption of sodium chloride, it means your drug, after inhibiting that site, after inhibiting the co-transporter at this site, is producing the maximum or the greatest diuretic effect. These loop diuretics are actually excreted in the tubular lumen, and particularly at the proximal convoluted tubule. This diagram is representing the proximal convoluted tubule, and this inner side is representing the tubular lumen. Now your drug, your loop diuretics, will be excreted or into this tubular lumen with the help of organic acid transporter. So now your drug is in the lumen and ultimately will be excreted from the body. Now, what is the drug interaction of these loop diuretics? Basically, we have studied NSAID. NSAIDs have ability to inhibit the prostaglandin synthesis and reduce the diuretic action of the loop diuretics. So we should not give these NSAIDs with the loop diuretics. Why? Because they will inhibit the prostaglandin synthesis, and what prostaglandins were doing to the blood flow, they actually increase the renal blood flow and the glomerular filtration rate. And but what NSAIDs will do in that case, they will reduce the sodium excretion, and they have ability to enhance the anti-diuretic effect of the vasopressin. Now, what loop diuretics are actually doing? They may increase the renal blood flow, possibly by enhancing the prostaglandin synthesis. So what is the basic interaction in it? In it, the basic interaction is that your loop diuretics are enhancing production of prostaglandins. They are promoting the prostaglandin synthesis, but your NSAIDs are inhibiting these prostaglandins. So there will be definitely the interaction of the two drugs. There will be interaction between the loop diuretics and the NSAIDs.